This is Shark Bite from Pressman. It's a delightful little game of skill for players ages 4 and up. Now, I've seen this on store shelves for a while, but this is my first time getting a hands-on play session with it, and I gotta say, it really is a joy. Now, it's very simple, and the game is entirely reliant on random chance, but that does not at all diminish the fun because I love the gimmick that they've got going on here. So let's dive right in, starting with the box. Now, you'll notice that the game box I have on display has some mileage on it. It's been quite loved. That's because I am a big proponent of thrifting for your games. In fact, one of the reasons I've had the opportunity to compare games from their original versions to their modern versions on my show, if you've watched past episodes, that's pretty common amongst what I do. It's because I enjoy trying to find really good values on the secondary market, and this was no exception. Now, that being said, the cover art is really awesome. I love the bright cartoony style. It draws you right in. When we flip it over, we see a brief description of the game, complete with pictures and a bunch of kids playing it. And I want to point out, I don't think I've seen kids looking so excited to play a game on the back of a game box since like the 1986 Mousetrap had a kid that was just absolutely ecstatic on it. But these kids are going full send. That girl looks like she's on the edge of her seat. Now, given that the one kid has really wonky looking Photoshoppy arms, he is still putting on all the riz. If you see that look that he's giving the camera, it cracks me up. I'm sorry, it's so funny. I love this. This is great. Now, the box is a flip top, so it does have ample room for storage. However, that being said, the one that I have on display, a little point of note, this one was a little bit bent out of shape because they stored it with the shark in the open biting position. And actually, if you leave him in the set position for the game, it'll fit very nicely in this box. You can actually see the depth is quite forgiving for that. The previous owner did keep all of the dozen little sea creatures in a nice zip closure bag. I noticed that the contents in the instructions say you're only supposed to get one fishing pole, but you do in fact get two, and you get a custom die. Now, unfortunately, this is custom in that you customize it yourself by applying your own stickers, which if you've watched any of my other reviews, you know I absolutely detest dice that require you to put stickers on them. They never, no matter how hard you try, they never quite look too clean, and now the stickers can eventually wear a lot faster than embossed pips, and they usually collect grime. Now, thankfully, this was well taken care of. This was not at all filthy when I got it. I didn't need to do much to clean it up, just a minor dust off from it sitting out. So that's really nice. Sometimes I get games on the secondary market and they take a little TLC, but they're always worth it. Now, on to how this game is played. As you can see, I've got the shark with his mouth open. It looks quite like a bear trap, and that's kind of what the function is like. He's spring-loaded, and if you fish out the unlucky sea creature here from the center, that one will cause him to bite. So players are going to take turns rolling the die, and it's going to have either a single fish or a double fish on it, telling you how many fish to pull out. Now, as the rules state, you're supposed to play with one of these little fishing poles with the nice little hook here. And these guys have nice big rings. They're not too difficult, but once you get one on the line, you have to pull it out. So no playing cheap and going, ooh, I'm worried, and changing your mind. Let's see if this one is lucky or not. Ooh, I got him. They come out with a little bit of zest, because there's a small kind of bulbous round end here. That's what gets them into position, and there's a little bit of play with the mechanism. So as you're pulling out, there's just enough resistance that if you are really pulling with zest, you're gonna pop one of these out. But there's, as you can see, it's almost got enough resistance to meet the weight of the game itself. Oh! See what I mean? I love this. I love it. Look at the shark. Now we got the stickers are a little bit worn out. Like I said, this has been loved, but you have this little kind of I don't know if that's like a it's a synthetic. It's a plastic similar to like a kite or umbrella fabric. It's really, really thin. But you have this fabric here, so he just sort of pops out like an accordion, like a jack in the box. Oh, it's so fun. I love it's kind of like the game Buckaroo. I'll link that review in here. Buckaroo is one where you load up a mule and he might kick and throw all his tools off at you, and that's another one that's good for a jump. But what I really dig about this is it's just kind of one of those fun little... The only strategy is picking one, but you never know. Every time, there's just a little round frame in here where you stick all of the little sea creatures, and every time it's a different one. So you might get one, you might get none. I like playing with my hand, actually, which you can do. I mean, the fishing poles add a little bit to the experience. And they, you know, for younger players, they're not going to freak out that their hand is going to get stuck. Woo! When I'm pulling with the fishing pole, though, I always feel like I'm launching fish everywhere because it requires just a little bit of extra tug. Whereas when I'm pulling with my hand, I can kind of just crisply pop it out of it. Oh! See what I mean? That he gets... I love it. It doesn't hit you very hard at all. These teeth are rounded. They're plastic. Oh, I set it off just setting it up. Oh no. I think I identified the unlucky one here. As you can see, it doesn't take much to get this put back together. So play sessions are fast, they're fun, they're completely random, so nobody ever gets sore about losing in this game. It's always just kind of a sudden little jump. And that's what I kind of think is fun, is there's as much nerve as you want there to be. I couldn't have timed that better if I wanted. I mean, very, very simple game. Very, very fun. Oh, let me see without setting it if I can just pop all these out real quick so you can see what he looks like without all the sea creatures set. And I'll get a close-up shot of this too. So you have this little ring here that has these little sockets, and that's why you have these bulbous ends on the little fish, because they just pop right into the socket. And every time that you reset the game, it resets to a random socket. So I have not figured out a way to predict which one it picks. So however it does it, if it's clockwork and it is on a pattern, maybe I just haven't played it enough. Also, the different types of creatures that are going to be in there once you set it up and how they kind of shuffle around in the play space is enough to make it kind of tough to even guess anyway. And why would you? This isn't the type of game that you're going to play and try super hard and get all sweaty wanting to win. This is something that you're just putting down going, hey, let's see who gets the lucky one. You might as well draw straws, only this is a much more exciting way to do it. Now, the rules themselves come in this nice little fold-over piece of, well, it's full bleed, printed in solid blue on bond paper. The original fold is just one in the center. The previous owner folded this up a bit to fit in the plastic bag with all the components, and I can't fault them. It kept it clean, kept it in good condition. There's really not a ton that you need to know. I mean, it's just that simple. They give you some first-time instructions as far as setting it up. But I set this thing up and figured it out without even reading the instructions the first time, and really just read them to make sure that I wasn't going to have a description that was completely off base by the time we went to the video. But yes, in fact, you just have the die, you take turns rolling, it tells you how many fish to fish out, and you get the little fishing pole. About the only stuff I had to read the instructions for were things like once you've actually hooked a sea creature, you have to pull them. And they do shift around a little bit. I'm sure you can see a bit when you're on camera. So with that hook, you kind of have to... Oh! Oh, this is great. This is great. This is so much fun. You want to play something, never have a sore loser, always have fun and have laughs? Shark Bite. Shark Bite. I love these simple games with like a nice little shtick. And, you know, this complements really well. So Goliath Games, I reviewed this before. Goliath Games made Let's Go Fishin' XL. We're not going to bust this out. I just brought this on because Pressman and Goliath, same company here. Great complement of games. The Let's Go Fishin', you each have a little fishing pole and you're pulling these fish that are actually moving and you get random chances, but they're on a set pattern. So what I find really interesting is This is more of a game of skill where you can kind of figure out the set pattern, and the random chance has to do with the point value on the fishy's tails. This one is just straight up like roulette. I mean, you really just don't know. But these are a great combination on each other too. The Let's Go Fishing and shark bite. So I really feel like Pressman has kind of angled in, get it, the pun here, on the fishing market. Because they make absolutely delightful fishing themed games. This is, it does not fail to get a giggle from me every time. So I know not a whole lot to go into with this review because this is a recent game. I mean, 2017, so it's almost 10 years old here. It's based on concepts that we've seen before in many other games of skill, but the theme is really fun. The adorable cartoon shark. I mean, I gotta say, I just appreciate everything about this product. So if you think that this looks like a good time for you, I will have a link in my description down below. Please use my affiliate link. It supports my channel and keeps these awesome reviews coming. If you do find one of these secondhand like I did, snap it up. And get out there and thrift. We have too much waste in the gaming world. We have a lot of people who play a game once or twice and then throw it out. People who are at least taking the time to try to sell their games. Go out and give them a shot. There are some gems that aren't available on store shelves out there waiting for you if you hit up a garage sale or a thrift store. So get out there and you know, look for a unique item. You never know when you're going to find something delightful like this. This is so fun. I'm going to go one more time here because I got a kind of a speed game. Ooh, okay. So out of 12, I've got 4, 5, 6. Oh, God. I knew it. Did you see it? I have ESPN. I have the Sixth Sense. It's maybe even 7th. I'm not even sure. I got 7th. It's the 7th sense because it's the 7th fish. This was so fun. I had a blast. So have you had any really cool come-ups when you are out thrifting for games? Is there a fishing game that you think it's better that I should try? I know NECA, this is kind of a riff on a Jaws game that came out in the 70s that NECA recently remade. I'd love to get that on the show. Little bit different setup, but very similar theme. Have you played that one? Why don't you comment below and let me know. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.